Hey, what is up? This is Mark, and I want to walk you through the file for this layered nativity scene. Now, right now I've got it laid out in a way that will maximize your use of 11 by 19 material. So in this case, this project will take you about 2.5 sheets of 11 by 19 material. However, I want to draw your attention to a couple things. One, you can resize this to whatever you want. You can make it bigger or smaller. However, I would be very careful making it a whole lot smaller because there are several areas. Let me go to outline view. There are several areas that if it were to get really small, the places like the wrists on the wise men or maybe Mary and Joseph, some of their hands might get brittle and break off if it gets really small, so be careful with that. But you can also make it quite a bit larger if you want as well. Now, right now, the way I've got it laid out again is these three right here will fit on one sheet, these three will fit on one sheet, and these two will be the last ones to fit on about the 2.5 or 2 2/3 sheet. So give me just a second. I'm going to flip these all around so they look right, and I'll show you how they go together. So let's go fast speed here. Okay, so this is how you assemble it. It's super simple. All you do is the star goes in the back, the mountains go to the next layer up, then the city, it's a layer up after that, all going toward the front. Of course, you'll have these nice and aligned perfectly, like I don't. Because I am crazy about that, I will align those. And then after the city, I would like to see you use the, let me see, we'll use Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus and the camel, this layer here. And then you'll put the manger and the wise men, followed by the shepherd, and then the one with the tree and the lone sheep. And then the final piece will be this one right here. It's just a frame at the front that'll kind of frame it and set it off. And that's how you assemble these. If you would like to resize them, that's no problem. I recommend that you select them all together, of course, and then in Illustrator or whatever you're using, you can just hold Shift down and size these to whatever you want all together, and then you can separate them, and that way they will be exactly the same size and fit together perfectly. One other hint that I would give you, let me separate all these again. The way that I like to paint these is I spray paint them, and I spray paint each layer a single color, so that makes it really easy. So like the back piece for the star here might be white, and these mountains might be purple or something like that, and so on. So I just separated the subject matter for each one on purpose this way, so you could just paint one and not the rest. The other key that I learned not too long ago about painting is this. If you spray paint, let's say this purple right here, what's going to happen is the inside edges and maybe the outside edges will end up having purple on them. But if you're careful, and I want a big asterisk, careful, if you flip this over after it's dry with the paint side down onto a very flat surface, you can lightly dust this backside with some black paint, for example, and it will fill in all of these edges with black so that when you put them all together, they'll all look black instead of multicolored purple and white and so forth on the edges. But the key is you got to get this exactly flat on a material when you lay it down so that when you spray it, nothing goes under it, and you're doing a light dusting from a distance. So that's just an extra tip, no extra cost, but that's how you put this one together. Super easy. I'd love to see what you guys make with it.